Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have swatches for you from the Barbie Part 3 collection from my brand Pampered Polishes. I promise this is the last Barbie collection we're going to have for a long time. This time around though, I wasn't so inspired by just the stereotypical Barbie. I was more inspired by the film itself. So it's going to look a little bit different than our other two Barbie releases, but if you did miss a couple polishes in those releases that you were looking forward to, I did restock a few of them, so those are on the site right now. But today we have 6 new polishes. So these are going on sale August 26th, and in the description box I will link my site, my business Instagram, and then my swatching Instagram where you can see more swatches of everything from today's video. So like I said, we have 6 new Barbie inspired polishes to look at today, and let's go ahead and get started. So first we have I Am Kenough, and this is a clear-based Aurora shimmer that goes from a red to a gold to a green with a variety of aqua glitter. So this one is Pink Perfection's counterpart. If you liked Pink Perfection, this is the blue version. I think the formula is good. I'm going to show you 2 coats of this on its own, as well as 1 coat layered over a black. Over the black, the glitters and the Aurora shimmer really stand out, but on its own, it does give a nice dainty finish. If you wanted full coverage on this, this is not the one for you. It's definitely not going to build up. You are going to want some top coat to smooth out the glitters and add some shine back to this. And since it is glitter, it is going to take some scrubbing to remove, but it's not in abundance. So there are 1 and 2 coats of I Am Kenough. Up next we have Mojo Dojo Casa House, and this one is a bright blue jelly with a variety of the same aqua blue glitter. This one is Think Pink's counterpart, so the pink jelly with the pink glitter from the last release, this is the blue version. This is a jelly, so it does start out pretty sheer here on this first coat. I did build up to full coverage in 3 coats. Think Pink, I was still able to make out some nail line after 3 coats, but 3 coats did give me full coverage here. I think the formula is good, not too thick or too thin. I had no running, pooling, or staining. These glitters come out of the bottle organically and easily, and since nothing is odd shapes, colors, or anything of that sort, they're very easy to spread out across the nail, and it looks nice and even. If you like some visible nail line, you can stop here at 2 coats. It is a nice even finish at 2 coats, but I am going to build up 3 today for extra glitter and just to show you what full coverage would look like, but I do think my preferred is 2. So here is that 3rd coat, and just like every other polish with glitter, it is going to dry with some texture. It's going to dry down, the base is going to dry down a little bit smaller than that glitter, so you are going to want some top coat to hide any kind of texture that can create. And since this is a good amount of glitter after 3 coats, it is going to take some scrubbing to remove. So there are 3 coats of Mojo Dojo Casa House. Next up we have Existential Crisis, and this is a kind of blackberry jelly base, and it's got a purple to gold Aurora shimmer, it's got hollow, and it's got these large pink to purple iridescent flakes. This is kind of more of a jelly base, so it is going to start out pretty sheer here on this first coat, but I did build up to 100% opacity in 3 coats. If you're anything like me, you'll probably stop at 2 because I have been really digging a little bit of visible nail line lately. I don't know if anybody's noticed or not, but I am really feeling that for some reason. I think the formula is good. Again, not too thick or too thin, very smooth application, no running, pulling, or staining. So here is our 2nd coat. I do really enjoy these large flakes that I put in here. However, if you get a couple of them on your brush at a time, they can cause a traffic jam, and it does take some manipulation to spread them out a little bit better. Most of them are medium to small size, so you shouldn't hopefully run into that issue, but if you do, just know you can spread them out and make them look a little bit more even. So here are 3 coats. This is going to dry with some texture, but relatively glossy, so a regular glossy top coat will smooth that out and add some shine. Nothing in here is going to dry textured like a glitter, and removal will be easy. So there are 3 coats of Existential Crisis. And this wouldn't be a Barbie collection without a Barbie-inspired polish, so I did have one this time. This is Stereotypical Barbie. This is a white crelly base. It does have a pink to purple Aurora shimmer, as well as holographic pink glitters in a couple different sizes. This is my standard white Crowley formula. If you know one, you know them all, but with different colors and additions to it. So this one, the pink glitter stands out so nicely. The Aurora shimmer is very dainty. It's pretty opaque here on this first coat, obviously not fully opaque, but I did get full coverage in 2. Depending on your application, you may end up needing 3, but generally my white Crowley formulas are 2 coaters. This is glitter, so again, it is going to dry with some of that texture. If you don't love that, I would recommend going in for a top coat to smooth it out. It's not overly textured, so a regular coat of a regular top coat should do just fine here. And since this is glitter, it is going to be more on the difficult side to remove. So there are 2 coats of Stereotypical Barbie. Up next, we have Don't Get Cellulite, and this one is a kind of rosy leaning pink linear holographic. This one is pretty opaque here on this first coat. Again, not totally opaque, so I am going to go in for 2 coats. I think the formula is good. I had no running, pooling, or staining, anything of that sort. I did have some brush strokes through this when it was wet, and that was my initial want, was kind of a frosted look, but I changed it up at the very end, so it does have brush strokes, but those do go away as it dries. So here's our second coat, and that does cover completely in 2 coats. You'll want some top coat for longevity purposes. This does dry nice and glossy all on its own, and it also has no texture, so a top coat is just there for protection. Nothing in here is going to require any kind of scrubbing to remove. This will be more holographic when it's fully dry, and it's absolutely blaring in the sunlight. So there are 2 coats of Don't Get Cellulite. And lastly for today, we have Weird Barbie, and I was so excited to make a polish after the Weird Barbie, but this is a taupe linear holographic base, and it's got a purple to pink multi-chrome magnetic effect. I am going to show you real quick just in the bottle what that magnetic effect kind of looks like. It kind of just looks purple at this angle, but it is a multi-chrome, and I am going to have a photo in here at the end, of course, of that pink to purple shift, and I think this is so stinking cute, and I think it really says Weird Barbie, and I don't really know why. So anyway, this is pretty opaque here on this first coat. I did get full coverage in 2 coats. Generally with my magnetics, I like to have a full coverage before magnetizing it, because with those magnetic pigments, it does pull pigment from other places across the nail, and it can create some sheer spots. So like you can see a tiny bit of visible nail line after I magnetize. However, that does dissipate some, so I am happy here at 2. You'll want top coat purely for protection, because this does dry nice and glossy, and removal is easy, so there are 2 coats of Weird Barbie. So here's a look at the full collection, and I know looking at the collection, it doesn't scream Barbie like my last 2 Barbie collections have, but there has been a Barbie inspiration from the movie for each of these polishes, and I couldn't be more thrilled with how they turned out. I've got some Ken polishes to match some previous Barbie polishes. I've got the Stereotypical Barbie polish, the girly polish, the weird polish, and then the Existential Crisis polish. So I'm really happy with how this collection turned out to be my final Barbie collection of, you know, the time being. Who knows what's going to happen down the road, but for right now, this is the end of the Barbie saga. And guys, that is it. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of these polishes. Let me know if you plan on picking any of them up, and let me know what your favorite was. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I will talk to you again next time. Bye.